Hey everybody, welcome back to YellowCard Vanguard. Your boy Toku here, bringing you a new premium deck profile combo showcase with the Harry Nightmare Dolls Pale Moon Premium Hybrid. Obviously, the cards I'm going to choose to showcase is Harry, as well as Alice. But the real cards that are going to be part of this combo is the Stride Fairfield, and the Grade 1 Nightmare Doll Leslie. I also want to give big props to my man Yuwei Peng from StrictybrokenTCG. He and I took a lot of time to brainstorm this deck together. Started with discussing how Premium Pale Moon still had a very strong chance in the meta because of their crazy hand advantage and their crazy multi-attacks. But then when I introduced him to the idea of adding Leslie, because we now have Alice as a relevant card, he topped onto the idea by introducing to me Fairfield, a card that was able to give Leslie 10k and crit, and instead of turning Leslie into a multiple booster, turned into a multiple attacker. So without further ado, let's get into it. Right, so the first combo that I'm going to show you is basically the first Stride Master Harry loop that allows us to draw a lot of cards, gets us a lot of soul through the use of Happiness Collector, Misdirection, Trapezist, and Peryton. So the requirements for this combo is that we need to have our Purple Trapezist and Misdirection and Soul. These are basically our actual ideal rides. We want to have Nightmare Doll Alice in hand to get us our accel circle. We've got our Stride Fodder, sorry Harry, we've got Peryton in hand. The reason why we want Peryton in hand instead of Soul this time is because since we're not striding through Harry, we're not going to be able to get a Stride skill to get a free Soul Call. We can choose to have Happiness Collector outside of Soul or inside of Soul. Sometimes against certain matchups where you know they have a control-based mechanic or a way to pop your starters, such as Stray Blaster Dark inside a Royal Paladin deck. You can choose to keep Happiness Collector in your Soul, which will leave you with one less card in hand and one less Soul, but that's better than having the card sniped and giving you 0 cards and 0 Soul. So for the purpose of this combo video, since I'm going to show maximum reach, maximum potential, I'm going to leave her out. To start off the combo, we're obviously going to ride into Alice and grab herself an accel circle. Pay cost for Stride and go into Master Harry. First thing we're going to do is we're going to call Peryton to a rear circle, use a skill to Soul Charge, and we're going to pop out Trapezist. Happiness Collector procs off, sees Trapezist come out of Soul, so we'll push her into Soul, draw one, and Soul Charge. At the time Trapezist came out, Misdirection saw that, and we're going to shoot out Misdirection here. Trapezist will go up now, we'll push Misdirection back in, pull out the Happiness Collector, Misdirection sees that, and we're actually going to put her right here, onto our accel circle. Happiness sees Misdirection come out, so we're going to push her back into Soul, draw one, and Soul Charge again. Options here you have is you can put Misdirection on the accel circle, or here if you want to swing and miss at their Vanguard potentially, or you can just pass swing if you want to damage an item. For the purpose of this combo, we're just going to swing 15, 18, swing with Vanguard, use a skill, Counterblast 1, flip up a copy, we're going to push these two into Soul, we're going to make Peryton and Happiness Collector here. Happiness Collector sees Peryton come out, so we're going to push her into Soul, draw one, Soul Charge one, Peryton skill will proc, Soul Charge one. I'm going to call out Purple Trapezist. It's going to shove our Misdirection back in to pop out the Happiness Collector. We'll pop out the Misdirection here, we'll pop back in, draw one, Soul Charge one. Nice. And then we're going to do our drive checks. 1, 2, 3. Swing and swing. At the end of turn, on Stride, we're going to push everything back into Soul. Everything back into Soul means that the only valid target that your opponent has to swing at is your Vanguard. This allows us to soak up all the damage we need to go straight to 5 Counterblast. So, now for the real spiciness of this video. I'm going to show you the OTK with Leslie and Fairfield. So the requirements for this combo is that we need to have 5 open counterblasts. 5 open counterblasts allows us 6 attacks on a Leslie. If we have 2 Leslies out, we can swing 12 times. We want to have Alice in Soul. If you don't have an Alice in Soul, having one in hand with an extra Stride Fodder also works as well. For maximum reach, we want 2 Leslies, one to go on an accel circle. This one will get bolstered by the Fairfield effect, and one on a rear circle to catch any triggers on our Fairfield swing. Optionally, you can have these switched around to have a 17k vanilla Leslie swing and a 17k or a 17k bolstered Leslie here. In hand, we also want our Sky High Walker, our countercharged engine, and we want our way to recycle him, such as Peryton or Purple Trapezist. Let's show you how this baby works. We're going to pay cost for Stride into Fairfield. We're going to slap our Leslie here, a Leslie here, and we're going to use her skill, Counterblast 2, send a card from Soul, send a card from Drop, back into deck, and we're going to buff this Leslie 10k and give her a crit. Now, we need to get that Counterblast back, so we're going to use Sky High Walker, right into Soul, Countercharge 1. You can call Peryton, Soul Charge 1, call the Sky High out, suck him back in, get her Soul back. Call over the Peryton because he's useless now for Alice. With this, we're ready to go. In Soul, we've already got our Ginny ready to be able to loop out Alice out and into Soul again. Generally, what I like to do is I want to swing with Fairfield first in order to get any crit triggers onto the Leslie that I haven't bolstered. I'll use Leslie's skill to Soul Blast 2 and give her 5k and the ability to be hexproofed. Going into attack step, we're going to swing with Fairfield. Bang! Crit trigger. We're going to stop it on this one. Give her a crit. Second check, stand trigger. Sure, I'll give it the 5k here, why not? Third check, nothing. And now, we're just going to onslaught them with restanding Leslie's for game. So, first we're going to swing with the smaller Leslie. This is 22k and a crit. Then we're going to swing with this one, 32k and a crit. Then we're going to swing with Alice. Regardless of whether she hit or miss, use her skill. At the end of battle, pay 1, slide her into Soul. And we're going to call out Ginny. Ginny's effect will go off, slide back into Soul to call out Alice again. These Leslies will see Alice come out and restand. In which case, our board has reset. These cards keep the crit. We're going to swing 22 crit, 32 crit. Who cares? Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, into Soul. Out comes Ginny. Ginny comes in, and out comes Alice. Leslies will see those. Stand, stand, swing, 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 cost, cost. Into Soul, out, into Soul, out. Stand, stand, swing, 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 pay 1, into Soul, into Soul, into Soul, out Soul. Stand, stand, swing, swing, swing. Alice's effect goes off one last time for our last counterblast. Soul Blast 1, into Soul, Ginny out, Ginny in, Alice out, stand, stand, and swing, swing, swing for game. Hopefully, if they live, how the fuck. That was the Premium Nightmare Dolls combo. Stay tuned real quick where I'm going to switch to deck profile to go over a few of the key cards in the profile. Alrighty then, so here's the deck profile. I'm going to quickly give a run through and then go over the card explanations really fast. Starter we've got is Happiness Collector. We're going to play 6 of the new crits, 4 Mirror Lands, 2 Sky High Walkers, 4 of the new heals, 4 Leslie, 4 Trapezist, 4 Hoopmaster, 2 Stride Fodders, 4 Misdirections, 4 Perytons, 1 Ginny, 2 Night Skies, 4 Alice, 4 Harry. In our G-Zone, we've got 4 of the Master Harrys, 2 Lunatex, 1 of our Fairfield, 1 GB8, 1 Dust, 1 Sabreeze, and our 6 G-Guards with 1 G-Flipper. So highlighting the key cards, obviously we've got Happiness Collector, one of the most important parts of the advantage loop. Emphasize on the fact that you have the choice to keep her in Soul against certain matchups where having her controlled, e.g. bound, locked, retired, etc. is very detrimental towards your game plan. Probably actually makes you auto-scoop. Next we run 4 Prankster of Mirrorlands. Such a good card, even in a deck where stand triggers are not mandatory. Because of its counteraction with the self-standing Leslies, Prankster Girl acts as your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th copy of Ginny, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th copy of any other combo piece that you need in Soul. You run 2 Sky High Walkers as a countercharge engine. Honestly, just being able to see 1 is already good enough because the 1 can turn into 2 countercharge very easily through the use of Trapezist or Peryton. 4 of our main attacker, Leslie, such a good card. With the resurgence of Alice being able to give us an accel marker, but also being able to have a skill that allows her to bring out Ginny by herself, makes Leslie so strong, turns her to a very potent attacker. 4th Purple Trapezist, great Soul Toolbox card. Turn any card in your hand into any card from your Soul that you want. You can even, if you triggered Prankster Girls, you can call them out, call out a Trapezist, pop those back in, call something out. You can use your Prankster Girl immediately, send her back to deck. That's a +1 to trigger compression, and pull something out. That's a +2. You run 4 Hoopmaster PGs. Honestly, the PG doesn't matter too much. Hoopmaster is just a good choice, because with the resurgence of Tom, being able to get your Soul back, pull a trigger with 5k extra shield and intercept is very strong against Ichi Tom. 4 Misdirections that she's part of the combo. 4 Paratons, also part of the combo, also part of a Soul Toolbox. We run our 1 Nightmare Doll Genies. It's very important to see her in your Soul. Mirrorland is there to get her into Soul. Purple Trapeze is there to get her into Soul. If you drove check your Genie, you can call her out, Trapeze her back in, pull out an Alice, pull out anything to be honest, as long as Genie's in Soul. Run 2 Night Skies, access another potentially 5th, 6th copy of Mirrorland, get you anything you want into Soul. Finally, our grade 3 lineup, you run 4 main grade 3 right Alice. We want to get that accel circle, and you run 4 Harry. Sometimes if you don't have an Alice in hand or don't have an Alice in Soul, top deck into a copy of Harry. Also gets you a stride skill, in which case you might be able to get an easier time. It's less hand intensive to build your board towards the Fairfield endgame. For a G-Zone, honestly, the only cards that matter here are our 4 Masquerade Masters and our 1 Fairfield. Our first stripe will be Master Harry, no excuses. You need to be able to use his combo to get our loop, to get our pieces into Soul, our pieces into hand, basically generate advantage, in which case our next stride into Fairfield wins the game for us right then and there. Should your opponent also be matching your slow tempo and your damage denial, you also have a second pair of Master Harrys to go into should you need to build more hand, collect more pieces, and then go for the end game on Fairfield again. Key player of the deck is Fairfield. Being able to A, send 2 triggers back to deck for increased compression, B, give your Leslie not on an accel circle, or on an accel circle if you only have 1, 10k and a crit, abusing the fact that she restands, gets a lot of use out of accel circle, is so... And with the resurgence of Link Joker coming back up with the new deleter stuff, being able to hexproof that Leslie, very important. I want to thank you guys for sitting through this video. I was very happy to get the chance to present the deck that Yuwei from Strictly Broken and I made for Premium Nightmare Dolls. If you enjoyed this video, do like, do comment, do subscribe to the channel. YellowCard Vanguard, we love to make premium content like this. Cool deck profiles, cool deck showcase, a lot of deck theory, just a lot of cool higher level Vanguard thinking. This has been Toku from YellowCard Vanguard. Toku out.